Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Welcome back to another episode of Simuleo 715, 209, Meowcat, Sangi, Med, Folster. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming in. So, what are we working on today? Well, today we are continuing our trek to understanding the Hutchinson operator, iterative function systems, and, of course, chaos games. We already have a visualization for chaos games, which I'll show right now. And we've got some small-scale addition, like some things that we have to do to that visualization. But I'm relatively happy with what it looks like right now, and we'll talk about what we need to do with it as soon as I show it to you guys. So let's go ahead and open it up. Move this guy over here behind my face, because, you know, just why not? By the way, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Let me know if, you know, what's up, how everything's going. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, anything like that, feel free to let me know. And I'll totally address it as soon as I see it in the chat. Doing great, glad to hear that, Folster. I saw that Wolfram was also streaming earlier today, again with his theory of everything, which again is absolutely insane and cool and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't understand it to save my life. And yeah, maybe I should, but I don't know. I feel like it's not my role to understand it. So let me go ahead and do MPV. Let's see, what am I looking for here? I think I'm looking for. I think that's what I'm looking for. Bam! Let's go ahead and loop that. Okay, so we've got this loop of our iterative function system, or rather our chaos game, generating our fractal. That's kind of what we're going to be working with today. I'm going to have it up here in the upper left-hand corner. And we'll just make this terminal just a bit smaller. Maybe something like that. Maybe a bit bigger. Something like that. Down there. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay. So this visualization that you see right now is a visualization of something known as a chaos game. The idea is that you have a random point. It selects between a bunch of functions at random, right? And if those functions happen to be particularly chosen in just the right way, you can generate fractal-like structures. And this idea that by choosing the right set of functions, you can generate a fractal is used very frequently in this domain, I guess. I guess before continuing, I do want to kind of address something that's been kind of sort of happening a bit in chat, but it's been happening a lot more in my YouTube comments recently. And let me just open up ZernalPP, and I want to talk about it just a second because it's been kind of bugging me, and I don't really know how to address it properly. But there's this thing. It's called pseudo intellectualism. I don't know if I made this word up, but I'm hoping it kind of makes sense as to what I'm trying to say. There's like a group of people who always feel like they are, or they should be, the smartest people in the room, right? So they constantly, maybe not make up jargon, but use jargon too frequently in order to make themselves seem smarter than they actually are. And they constantly belittle other people's opinion such that they are the only one that can possibly be right. In fact, they impede conversations because whenever you're talking about one thing, let's call it X, they interject with thoughts about Y, which are completely unrelated. And I just wanted to kind of nip this in the bud really quick. See, there's no need to use unnecessarily complicated jargon unless you absolutely have to. And specifically with this community filled with a bunch of very intelligent people, but also a bunch of very intelligent people from a bunch of different walks of life, just if you're going to, essentially, if you're going to use a big word, do your best not to use that big word unless you absolutely need to use that word. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your best to have your language be as open and comfortable. You know what I mean? Just try to make your language facilitate discussion, not the other way around. That's all I'm trying to say here. We've got a lot of very, very smart people in this room. You don't need to show off, you know? There's no reason for you to you know, make yourself stand out in this crowd because everyone stands out in this crowd. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just trying to nip this in the bud because I've been getting a lot of comments like it. And there were a few people on Twitch chat, maybe the other day, that seemed to be basically, you know, providing technobabble, and it was really not a fun experience for me, and I don't think it was a fun experience for people in the chat either. So I just wanted to mention this really quick. As another note, there's one more important thing I have to point out here, and that's that The Olympic trials for swimming have been pushed back to June, I think around 15th, maybe 13th, 2021. So I've got a full another year to practice. I'm looking at these times, and actually, I'm not so far off of this 400 IM time, so I might go for it. Since I've got a lake and I can swim in it, and no one else can practice right now, I think I might be able to get a leg up. But also, I've gained like 30 pounds since I've come to the US. That's like 15 kilograms. So I'm way too fat for this right now. Anyway, those are the only two things I have to ramble about. Let's go ahead and get started with the Hutchinson operator and stuff like that. I'm also going to close this while we're talking about it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this because, it's just something, it's not worth talking about it anymore. It's just something I wanted to bring up. I think a lot of people here probably understand what I'm saying. And I hope I don't know. I think you guys understand what I'm saying with that. Okay. So today, instead of talking about chaos games or fractals or anything, I'm actually going to introduce first the Hutchinson operator. Okay. So in actuality, it's going to be introduced in very much the same way as we introduced things before, right? So we're going to have 3 points in space, A, B, and C. A, B, and C, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a set of 3 functions, f1, f2, and f3. Again, these are very much the same as defined before. f1 is going to be equal to some sort of point plus a over 2, some sort of point plus b over 2, and essentially any way you traverse through this Hutchinson operator will allow for you to generate the attractor of that Hutchinson operator. In the case of this set of functions and this set of points, it will create something known as the Sierpinski triangle, which will be in here. It's basically a triangle of triangles. Here's a triforce, and then you just have subsequently smaller triangles here and here. What I'm interested in doing today is essentially starting at some point A, B, or C, and following all possible children as they move through function space. So the idea would be we have start with function point A, and then it has 3 children. One that follows function 1, one that follows function 2, and another that follows function 3. And then those 3 children have 3 children, and 3 children, and 3 children. Now, we devised a strategy using some sort of trinary bijective 3 system, whatever, I don't know. We devised a system of counting that would allow us to go through this tree much easier yesterday. And today we're just interested in using it to generate our animation. So we've got a couple things to do. The first thing is we're going to test what we did yesterday. Just a simple test, nothing crazy. And 2, we're going to actually apply it to make an animation. And hopefully it turns into the animation we want. Full stop. I was kind of guilty of making up jargon in my thesis, but there was so much going on I had to make up names for things. I tried to make it obvious why I named those things though. Like the lateral creases were creases that went side to side, not vertically. I'm going to be honest. That jargon doesn't affect me so much because that jargon is jargon within the confines of your thesis. That jargon is within the confines of some scientific or else research-related purpose. What I or on YouTube or things like that, places where jargon shouldn't exist, so that we can facilitate discussion between people of all different walks of life. So just for the record, Fulster, I'm sorry if it seemed like I was targeting you. I can guarantee I was not targeting you. There are a few people in chat that I was targeting who probably didn't hear that. But also I tried to make it in such a way that it seemed like a general blanket statement. It's just that there's a number of different ways that you control a community, and one way is through technobabble, and it's one of the most annoying things because the truth is we have a lot of people here who are learning a lot of new things. And that's great. But sometimes that means that you'll have jargon thrown out here and there. And if you're trying to learn a whole bunch of new things, and you see a lot of people just throwing out words you don't know, it could, 1, discourage you, and 2, teach you that these words exist when they actually don't. You don't like my philogisonistic hyperbolations then. No, it's fine. It's just that, like, again, Fulster, even that is fine. There's a particular subset of people in this community. Here's what I mean. Every community sours in some way, right? if you're, Jake or Logan Paul or whatever their names are, your community is sour potentially from the onset because your own persona is a bit, I would say, a bit spoiled already. That is to say, you present yourself in such a way that you're going to attract people who are already trolly in their behavior. Now, again, I probably shouldn't have singled out particular content creators, but my point stands. Depending on who you are, you may or may not have a different level of trolliness to you, and your community will also have that trolliness, right? I genuinely try to keep trolls out of my community as best I can, but one subset of trolls that I have not been able to get rid of are the pseudo-intellectuals, those who want to be the smartest people in the room, and it's disheartening seeing them, Hey, Madrez, how are you? I'm watching a random stream. Welcome. Hey, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So for those of you who might be new, maybe you don't understand the discussion we're having, that's totally fine. I'm Dr. James Schloss, currently working at MIT. I focus on a online content, or right now I'm focusing on generating a book online called the Arcane Algorithm Archive. It's essentially a set of algorithms. So if you go to these kind of things, it's pretty cool. Yeah, at MIT, I do something slightly different. I can talk about it if you want. In fact, I'm going to try to convince my boss to allow me to do a live stream of what I do for MIT somewhat regularly, because I do think it's something that's worth showing, and it's something that's worth discussing. I think one of my favorite parts of doing this stream is showing research live, and it's something I have not been able to do since coming to the US. So I'd love to be able to do that. Right, so today, of course, if you're just hopping in, we're following suit with what we did yesterday. In particular, we're focusing on Hutchinson operators and generation of the Sierpinski triangle. So we'll go from there. I'm French, so I don't know much of MIT. Looks cool. Yeah, it's a nice place. I enjoy the conversations I have with the people there. They're all incredibly motivated. In some ways, maybe too motivated. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that visualization just up in the upper left-hand corner, just to say it's there. And we'll just start working on this visualization, starting with the test, and then going from there. So we're going to CD into projects, Simuleos, and Fractal. It's only one of the best research and technology universities in the U.S. People say that. I know I'm incredibly spoiled. Okay, like I know I am. I went to one of the best universities in the world for my PhD, and now I'm at, again, one of the best universities in the world for my postdoc. I know I'm incredibly spoiled. And so all of this discussion I have about being an independent researcher and breaking from the academic mold, I know that it's coming from the lens of someone who has been incredibly spoiled. Like every time I've shot for something, I've gotten what I've shot for. In some ways, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I know I fail a lot in small scale examples, but on the broad scale of things, on the broad scheme of things, I think I'm doing pretty well. And so if you hear me saying things like, oh, I'd love to be an independent researcher because academia is garbage, know that I'm not, I don't mean that exactly. I just mean that I see potential and I want to use that potential to the best of my abilities. I'm sorry, I tend to do a lot of rambling, but right, if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, anything like that, feel free to let me know, and I'll address it as soon as I see it. So we're going to go over here and go into Sierpinski .cpp, and we're going to go ahead and run the Hutchinson scene over here. So what I should have right now is I should have a very simple scene that will eventually turn into the Hutchinson operator animation I want to draw. I didn't mean to be dismissive. I was explaining to Mudraz what MIT was. No, I also didn't mean to be dismissive. I mean, I know I'm incredibly, you could say, blessed to be in the position that I am right now, and I'm happy to be here. Like you can't really do much better. I would argue it's hard to do much better than the position I'm in. And yeah, sure, could I have a different haircut? I could. I don't know, be slightly further along with the algorithm archive, but when I look at how I'm doing versus how I could be doing, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. And yeah, I've got a lot of things I want to do better at, but you know, sometimes I just have to sit back and think about, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and really it's just a level of ambition. I'm just very ambitious about getting certain things done, and yeah, I'm happy to work on things that other people might not be happy to work on. I don't know what I'm rambling about, but let's go ahead and get this visualization done. So this guy right here, this for loop here, was simply a way for us to test to make sure that our counting system was correct. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and comment all of this out, and then we'll go from there. Haircut during the confinement? Yeah, there's no way I can do that. In fact, I really do think I'm just going to let my hair grow out. I've been wanting long hair since I was 10. This is the perfect time to do it. It's already mostly there. So we'll just see how it goes. It's going to look really dumb, but that's fine. Okay. What are we going to do here? So int size is equal to 4. To be honest, I kind of like my hair. Whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. Okay, let's go. So int size equals 4. Let's see. Vec check is convert. What am I even doing here? It's going to be converting what to what? What does convert even mean here? Convert does what? Convert does trite number, and it does return number.first times b plus number dot. I think this is a completely useless line. I'm just going to dd here and here, and just I'm going to get rid of those guys because I don't know what they're doing. Okay, so here we have our triangle points, which are defining a, b, and c. And what we should see now, if we render this guy, we should see a very simple animation, which is A, B, and C drawn. That's what we should see. Let's try it just to make sure. And then we'll just focus on, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a trit string, like I said before. And we're just going to traverse through our trees and see what we got here. Okay, so let's just control C over here, and we're going to run mpv temp video.mp4 loop 0. What do we have? We have 3 points. Beautiful. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Look at that. Wow. Looks so much better, doesn't it? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create a quick trit string, which is going to be value string, and I'm going to set this equal to something at random, which is going to be, well, not at random, but it's going to be a particular set of points. So I'm going to do function 0, which is going to be function 1. Actually, let's do function 1, which will bring it towards B. Function 2, which will bring it towards C. And then function 3, which will 0, which should bring it towards A. So this is going to be our set of functions. So it'll go halfway towards B, halfway towards C, and then halfway towards A. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, Virens, how are you? And I guess what I'm going to do, I don't remember what I called the function. I called it, not convert, save trite? No. Increment? Where did I put it? Apply trite. That's what I called it. Wow, look at these. These names are awful. Okay, so we have... Oh, did apply trite take in a string? It did. So it takes in a string, a point, and then a set of triangle points. So let's go down and try it out. And this will give us a new point. And then after getting our new point, we will then... we'll then go ahead and create it. So we're going to do vec, and it's going to be equal to, I'm just going to call it final point. Actually, let me try this again because I'm an idiot. Final point. And we're going to say this is going to be equal to apply trite of, what did I call it? Value underscore string. And then what are we going to do? So value underscore string, and then we need to put in some sort of point, which I'm going to say is triangle points of 0. Let's go. And then just the next line should just be triangle points, I think. And I think that should run. I'm just going to compile it really quick just to make sure. By the way, Mudraz, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Just joining, have to say, this is probably the gentlest stream on Twitch. Gentlest? What does that mean? Also, Mudraz, how did you find me? You said that you just randomly went to a random stream on Twitch. How do you find a random stream on Twitch? The little shrimpo, the most gentle? Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like I take that as a really good compliment. Thanks for that. Okay, so G++ seemed to work. So now we have some final point, and I'm just going to create an ellipse to add that final point. So we're going to say, I guess I'm just going to call it point. I don't know what to call it. So we're going to say test point. I don't know. And it's going to be equal to, how's this going to go? It should be std shared. What am I doing? Should be shared pointer, right? Test point. Oop. Why am I so bad at C++? PTR. And it should be ellipse. Right? It should be test point, and then I think we just initialize it. Let me make sure. Oh, Mercine Twister. Man, I want to do Mercine Twister so badly. You know, it's been on my list of algorithms to do for such a long time, but I haven't done it. Looking for love? Well, good luck with that one. You find a random stream using Mercine Twister. You mean Mercine Twitcher? That might be something slightly different. Okay, let's see. Ball, auto ball. Oh, why don't I just use auto? Yeah, no. Let's not use auto because I don't want to use auto. I guess we're going to change the color as well. And then all we need is a location. Right, so all we need is a location. Let's go. I can remember this. Okay, so it's going to be test point. And in here, we're going to say... No, I can't. Can't remember anything. What does that call look like? Auto ball is equal std make shared. Ah, yeah. Let's just freaking. That's what every girl. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna do auto test point. Is it going to be equal to std make shared? It's going to be ellipse. And the color. What even colors do we have here? Do we have any colors? I think I just had everything white. I have black, white, and gray. So let's just make this white. The location is going to be the final. I'm going to change it to final location. Is what I'm going to call it. And then I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it some sort of size. So we'll say vec I'm going to say 100, 100. Yeah. It's in pixel space. I don't actually remember what the 0 and 1 are for at the back here. I think one is an angle, and the other is something that I don't remember, but I'm going to pretend I remember because I'm supposed to know this library like the back of my hand. Oh, you there. Okay. And then let's see. I'm going to dd here, dd there. And up here, what am I going to do? I'm going to change this to final location. This should compile. If it doesn't, I will not do anything because clearly it doesn't compile. Triangle points. Triangle points. Triangle points. Ah, freaking. My bad. Okay. Let's remove a few spaces in here. Cool. Whatever. And it worked. Okay. So now we just have to add that to the world. So we should just be able to do world.add object. World.add object. Ooh, hello, object. And then what object are we adding? It should be test point. And I believe we give it a layer, which we'll say is 2. That should compile, and it should run. And we should have, at the end of this, a set of 3 points and some random point in some other location. Let's see. A bot that uses, what does the G stand for? Adversarial networks. But generative adversarial networks to generate random screen titles. That's what beginners do. Professionals use a Markov chain. Of course they do. Of course they do. Early final games and randomizer in Minecraft. Okay, no, I was desperately looking for someone to control a short text in English. It's night in Europe, so I'm on Twitch to find a human. Oh, fair enough. And because your stream is about game design and writing, I'm here. Oh, Mudraz, just to be clear, yeah, I don't do very much gaming on this stream. In some sense, okay, if you want to unfollow me because of that, totally understand. You can definitely unfollow. But yeah, we don't do game design so much on this stream. I really don't play too many games anymore ever since I started working at MIT. Okay, that's kind of not true. Like, for example, I played Ring Fit just a bit earlier, and my girlfriend is really, really, really into Animal Crossing, so I've been trying to, like, you know, get a city, build a house for her so she has, like, a vacation home. But, like, That's really all I do. Animal Crossing takes a lot of time, though. Probably I should stop doing that one. I'm okay with non-game subject. Don't worry. It's fine. Well, I appreciate you being here. Why do I feel like you are a character in some movie? Honestly, pretty much everyone who sees me immediately says, whoa, hello, point. Up there in space. So here's the ball we created up there. That's not what we wanted. The final location. Why is that true? I think it's because we didn't... Okay. I have to make this fit the world that we're on, which that currently doesn't do. So we'll say... the final location is going to be equal to apply trite. And then we should be able to say... I'm just going to say final location is going to be equal to... this is really messy for now, so please don't get super angry at me. And this. And then we should be able to just grab that guy. If you do get angry at me, I'm sorry, I can't help with that one. So we'll say final location. And in here we'll also put a final location. And dt dot good. Let me unhighlight this. There we go. Okay, so let's try G++ing that guy. Run /Sierpinski. And... oh, did I finish my sentence from earlier, Classical Uncle? I'm not sure if I did. A lot of people say I look like Spider-Man. Okay, that's a point. It's a bit big, but that is definitely a point in space that I think is at the appropriate location that I was looking for. Cool. Okay, that means that this works. Pretty happy with that. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to create a huge number of points. And let's just jump into it. Okay, so we know that this works. Pretty happy with that. So let's just DD all of these guys in here. And what we're going to do is we are going to basically set... ooh, how are we going to do this? I need to think about this a bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to add a... ooh, okay. Let's just do it. So, ooh, not there. Let's try that one again. So here are the three initial triangle points. So we want to generate it after this. And what we're going to do is we're going to say for int I equals... how many sets of children do we want to go through here? So we're going to go through... let's go through 4 generations of children. So it's going to be I equals... we're going to say generation number. Okay. And actually, now that I think about it, I think it's exactly this loop that we have in here. So let's just do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this looks about right. How many lines is that? That's going to be 4, 5, 10. Oh, that's not what I wanted. D10D. Yeah, look at that. We're just going to paste it down here. So what this is doing is it's generating a value string so that we have a value that's incrementing each time. And what I'm going to do, since we have this value string, I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I should have deleted those lines from before. So we're going to say vec. Actually, we can just call it location. Oh boy, I need to think about this again. So yeah, we'll do what we did before. So we're going to say location is going to be equal to apply trite. And what we need, I think, is value string. And I guess in here we're going to have another for loop. For I equals, actually it's going to be j equals 0. That's supposed to be a semicolon. J less than, oh, probably have an int in here. For all of those size t people, yeah, probably should be a size t, but whatever. Less than 3 plus j. Once I get this loop done, I'll catch up on chat. And we'll do value string, and it should be triangle points of j, and then triangle points. And then all I need to do, oh no, oh no, the semicolon doesn't fit on that line. Let's move it down to the next line. Okay, so this should generate a new location based on our value string, which is changing, should be fine. Then what I need to do is I need to create an ellipse for this guy. I don't know why I deleted those lines before that I needed for this. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Why do I feel like you're a character in some movie? What a sentence. How many sets of children do we want to go through here? I'm sorry. Time for classic Control Z plus Control C plus Control Y. Wait, what? Why are you Control C'ing in the middle of that? Fair enough. Right, so now we have what should be new locations being generated. And I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to say vec loc. And I'm also going to say, what do I need? Auto std make shared. I believe this is what I'm looking for. Ellipse. Okay. And we're going to call it, I think I need a point here. So we'll say, I guess. So we'll just say the color is going to be white. Its size is going to be vec 0, 0. Then I guess 0, 1. Okay. So now we have the point. We have the location for the point. So I guess we need to modify the location, and we want to say that location is going to be equal to, I know this is messy, but I did it just a second ago, and I was happy enough with it. Also, I apparently defined location before, but hey, dt dot, same thing here, location, oop, and then we have location here. I'm going to have to modify all these so they don't have magic numbers in them, because right now they have magic numbers, but hey, present doesn't exist. Oh, hey, does that have anything to do with Wolfram's theory? I feel like it might have something to do with Wolfram's theory. Okay, so now we have the location, and then what we're going to say is, point is going to be equal to std, oh, I guess we're going to generate a new point. So yeah, I think this makes sense. std make shared ellipse. Okay, and we're going to have the color be white because I like white, I don't know, and the vec of, I don't know, 1010. Just making up numbers as I go along. 0, 1. And the location should be, wait, where do I define the location? The location is going to be defined, wait, where is the location defined? Oh, it's defined, okay, so we have white, final location, so it'll be defined here. So we'll do location there. That should work. And then all I have to do from there is I need to add it to the world. World.add object. World.add object, and then point. I guess 2. Something like that. Write this, go through here. G++. Let's see what's going on in chat. Present doesn't exist. Hey, Buttercake, how are you, man? It's been ages since I've seen you in chat. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I mean, I guess as best of a time as you can have in, you know, like quarantine and everything. But, you know, yeah, how have you been? Okay, by the way, I've seen so many people installing Arch Linux recently. I really want to do the Arch Linux speedrun again. But I don't remember the rules that we set for it. And I don't know. It's just so many things that I've been wanting to do recently. I've got my motivation back is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful time. Like, I hope everything is going well. Let's see. What is this error message? Let's see if we can figure this out. Right. World does not name a type. Right? 4 inch. Oh, yeah. that would probably be part of the reason. Let's go here and there, right? Did that work? No, it didn't. Let's just, I thought, here I was thinking there was only one error with my code, but clearly. Okay, final location was not declared in the scope. That's fair. What did I define in that scope? Final location. Where is that? Final location is here, but I didn't. It's only there. 107. What? Did I do something really dumb? I probably did. Where did I define? Oh, I can just delete that. And I believe this should work now. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's catch up on chat. Do it. I like the quarantine. Not everything that caused it. That's horrible. But I like being alone at home. I can only imagine that Gentoo market share is rising during these times. May I PM one of you to correct my short English text? I don't have time to do that now, but I mean, we do have a Discord. You could probably check that out, I guess. Let me go ahead and give you a link to that. Use copy button, and then we'll just paste it here, and we'll grab that and paste it up here. There you go. Discord. I know that we used to have a bot for that, but it's fine. It's fine. We've had several bots for that. It's fine. It's fine. How's the algorithm archive going? Did you get around to writing new chapters? Right. We did actually. So recently we put out a new chapter on computus, which is the Easter algorithm. Here it is. Pretty happy with that. I meant to put a video out. I did spend a significant amount of time editing the video, but the video never came out because Easter happened. But I'm making a new chapter now on iterated function systems, which is what we're working on right now. So if we do, let's see this. So it's basically on fractal generations and stuff like that. I mean, you know the drill. So right now I'm making a new animation for that, and that's kind of what I'm doing on stream today. So right, yeah, I'm happy to see you again, man. Like, it's been ages. Let's see, what is this one? It's on 127, and what is it saying? It's saying triangle points was not declared in this scope. Triangle points was not declared in this scope. What was freaking declared in this scope? We have triangle. I keep spelling points wrong. Or rather, I keep spelling it correctly, and then forgetting that I spelled it incorrectly for this particular set. So let's go here, there, write that. Okay, will this work? I don't know. Let's just clear it a couple times, and let's try it again. Wow, look at that. It didn't. Okay, test point 2, world.addObject. That's because test point doesn't exist anymore. Hopefully that's the last error we have to deal with. It was not. There is now this weird, stupid stack trace that I have no idea how to attack. Right. Perfect. I'm just going to guess it's here in the world.addObject. It was not. Dang. Okay, so this is going to be a bit harder to track down than I had hoped. It's probably in this for loop, though, right? Yeah, the easy solution is just to nuke all the code. That's the easy solution. No, it's not in that for loop. Well, crap. Where is it then? Is it an auto point? Okay. Oh, that's because I need to. Okay, that compiled. So it's somewhere in this block of code. I'm pretty sure it's going to be here. I was probably correct. So auto point, do I already have a definition for what point is? I do not. Well, not in this context. So we have make shared ellipse. Let's see what we have down here. Make shared. Nope. Okay. Yep. So we'll just paste that down there. What's the difference between these calls? STD make shared ellipse, ball color, which we called white. I added a location to it. Is that the problem? Does it not like locations? Delete the entire block of code and rewrite it. Do you still use VI instead of Vim? You know, like a normal person? We have an emote for it now. I don't know if you were here for that time, but we definitely have an emote for it. But yeah. Oh, come on, man. Some things do change. You know, I was going to say, no syntax highlighting, huh? Is that intentional? Some people prefer it that way because it makes you think about the code in a different way. Yeah, I'm one of those people that prefers it that way. For me, when I see color, my eyes just don't look at the colored portion. I don't know why. That's just what happens. So if you see like, bright red code just blinking at you and saying that's what you should fix, I won't be able to see that. Just my eyes don't look at it. What's the difference between VI and Vim? There's big differences between VI and Vim. So you don't have any plugins for VI. That's one big thing. So if I open up Vim, let me see, what do I want to do? I guess CD projects, Simuleos, Fractal. I'm in the same directory. I don't know why I opened up a new terminal, but let's go with it. So let's do Vim, Sierpinski.cpp, and we're gonna set syntax. No, syntax on. So now it's colored. That's nice. Vim is VI, but improved in almost every way. Almost every way. For example, in Vim, if I enter insert mode and I move around, this works. If I go in VI, and I go into insert mode, and I move around, this does not work. It does this, which admittedly would annoy some people, but I'm a different type of person that still gets very annoyed by this, but I somehow find it somewhat endearing. Another thing about Vim and VI, let me just... Another thing about Vim and VI is, let me make this medium-sized, and let me show you something else. So let me go into Vim, Sierpinski.cpp, and let me show you something that I absolutely abhor about VI. If I want to insert, let me make it huge so you can see. Make it huge. So I want to insert, let's say, 80 characters. So I'm going to do 80 I dash, right? What this will do is it will use the I dash command, which is inserting a dash 80 times. If I press escape, it takes basically 2 seconds for that to happen in Vim. Okay, so now let's do the same thing in VI. Open, 80 I dash, immediately. No 2-second delay. It happens immediately, does exactly what you want it to do. There's a few other things like that I like VI for over Vim, but quite frankly, I know I'm in the wrong. I know I should be using Vim. It's just I don't. So, you know, just deal with it. Okay. Let me write this. Okay. Yeah, there's a few other things. There's no superior here. The name Vim is a contraction of Vim and improved. So yeah, it is literally better than VI in every single way, but it's what I do. Classical Uncle. Oh, did you just pay for the emote? Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Wait, unless I missed a sub. Did I miss a sub? I hope I didn't. I don't think I did. Oh, now I'm confused. I need to make like 4 emotes. I'm like 4 emotes behind where I need to be. Let me see what the difference is between this call. So std make shared ellipse. Why don't we just say auto point up here? I don't usually like auto. So, but I'm just gonna, does this work? There's no reason why that should fail. Auto failed. Oh, I guess I need to give it something, right? Yeah, fine, fair enough. Crap. So we're gonna do std make shared like we had before, and we'll give it some location, which we'll say is gonna be vector. We'll do vector of 0, 0 or something. Come on, compile, man. Just compile for me. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna dd here, and we're gonna move down here and dd there. Write this, and that should compile. Bam. Okay, so now we should have. I have no idea what this is gonna look like, so we're just gonna run /Sierpinski, and we'll see what happens. I mean, best case scenario, something cool happens. Worst case scenario, that's not what I was looking for. Cool. Nothing happened. Crap. Okay. Let's try to figure this one out. Before riding his bike, James likes to stab both of his tires with a knife, then remove the chain from his drive chain. He also only goes uphill. That's just what he does. It's not too far off, though. Actually, I have a unicycle. I've been wanting to... Oh, man. I'm totally a person with a unicycle, aren't I? Just switch to NeoVim. I could never figure out NeoVim, right? It's pretty hard. I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I have a unicycle. And I've been wanting to finish learning how to ride it and then just ride around Boston on a unicycle. Really been wanting to do it. I hear it's dangerous for bicycles. So I can only imagine it's that much more dangerous for unicycles. But I really, really want to do it, you know? Before riding his bike, James would like to remove literally everything but the front wheel and saddle. That's it. That is my personality in a nutshell. Perhaps you should use the ed editor. I'm okay. I like VI. Meanwhile, I'm on the other side of VI's evolution with Doom Emacs. Oh boy, Emacs. I have a lot of friends who use Emacs. I mean, I use the term friends loosely here. I'm kidding. Classical Uncle, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. Sorry I missed that a few minutes ago. But no, yeah, I don't. Text editors literally don't matter. I mean, as long as you're using Arch, nothing else matters, right? Like you can use whatever text editor you want. Also, I'm joking about the Arch thing. You don't have to use Arch. I was just joking. Okay. Let's see. World.add object point 2. It looks like we're adding this points. Let's add this to layer 1. Okay. Let's try compiling that one more time and running Sierpinski. Control C. Oh. That was a segmentation fault. How did I get a segmentation fault? Did I get a segmentation fault before and I just didn't notice? There's no way. I'm going to change it back to what it was before. We're going to run g++ /Sierpinski. And that worked. So why does this not work? Do I run out of memory? No, there's no way I run out of memory. Segmentation fault. Okay, well, I guess we're pulling out the good old GDB. And we'll see what happens. Sierpinski. Okay, so we're going to run that. We get a segmentation fault. Run a backtrace on the... Okay, what do we have here? It is in Sierpinski Hutchinson, as expected. It's got to be on this line. It has to be on world.add object. If I remove this line, it's going to be perfectly fine. Maybe we're adding too many objects to the world. Let's try modifying this then. So let's do this. So it's only going to int level is equal to 1, and we're going to do 3. Oh, hello. Something like this. So there's no way this should be fine, right? Yep. Okay, so let's try g++. Oh no. Int level was already declared. Why am I so bad at programming? Okay, so it was already declared up there. I guess we'll just... What is this diff for? What am I... Oh, maybe... I had a diff also defined? Where's this for loop that I was working with before? Here's the for loop. And I have a diff up there. Let's move those definitions down a bit, shall we? So we have the trite value, std value string. Is it because value string already starts off with something? Let's see, value string is equal to save trite. No, this should all work. Let's just do d4d, and let's just paste it down here. Okay, should be fine. So diff is going to be equal to 3, level is equal to 1. What happens if we write this and we just do g++? And then we run Sierpinski. And segmentation fault. Great. Let's see. Red Tough TX, thank you so much for following. Really appreciate it. I like the plus equals follower notification. Yeah, I like it too. Could have also done subscribers.push name. Oh, I could have done that as well. Or like, I guess Julia notation would be, I don't know. We could find a way to do that. Let's see. Today, I have no today command, nor do I know what today command is supposed to do. But if it's supposed to say, what am I doing today? I guess my main goal for today is just to survive Hutchinson operators. And that's kind of what I'm working on. So Hutchinson operators, here, let me just show you. So we got this visualization of a fractal, right? Sierpinski triangle. I just want to create a new visualization of this fractal. It's a new way to visualize it. That's all I'm doing. That's it. Subscribers. Subscribe to the subscribers.length equals name. Oh boy. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm dumb to ask lately, but what's the current project if easy to pitch? No, thanks so much for asking. So, the project that I work on predominantly is the algorithm archive, the Arcane Algorithm Archive. It is your one-stop shop for algorithms of all different types. So, for example, if you go to Thomas Algorithm in here, it's an algorithm named after some guy whose last name was probably Thomas. Maybe it was his first name. Wouldn't that be weird? You're on first name basis with algorithms. Anyway, the point is, we are trying to teach algorithms in a way that makes intuitive sense. Think like numerical recipes or something like that. But the cool thing about this is that we provide the algorithm implementation in every language we can possibly find with the community's help. And admittedly, we need a lot of help from the community. It's hard. But I think it turns out pretty well. Like, for example, here's the latest chapter that we put out on Computus. And it's nice. It's just a huge... it's in some ways encyclopedia in some ways, but that's kind of where we're going with it. And today we're focusing on a new algorithm known as iterated function systems, and that's basically how you generate these fractal-like systems. Let's go here, and I'm just going to move this up here and move that over there. Let's go. Perfect. You're right, I should, and I would like to, but I can't because I'm lazy and unmotivated. It's totally fine. You don't have to be motivated all the time. I missed like months of stream and years of YouTube videos. So I totally understand. Let's see. Hope you get motivated, but will you make a video on it? Will I make a video on iterative function systems? The answer is yes, but every time I say yes, I end up actually meaning no. So, you know, I wanted to continue running Splinter Cell like 2 years ago. Man, I wanted to continue running Arch Linux installs like 2 years ago, but look at us now. No, I mean, life happens. And I'm just happy that you're here, you know? I don't let anyone pressure you into doing something that you're not motivated to do. You got to find that motivation yourself, you know? Arch Linux speedruns are the only reason I watch this channel. Am I right? Oh boy, the thing we talk about all the time, but only did once and failed miserably because Buttercake beat us the moment we stopped streaming. Right, yeah, that thing. Okay, so we're all just waiting on the Arch run. Too bad it's not going to happen. Comment this out right here. Go over here. We're going to run /0. And that should run. That runs perfectly fine. So it's obviously, there's something wrong with this world add object thing. So let me just move that down here, actually. And let's see if it works down here. Okay, so we're going to run g++, and this does work. And let's just see what happens if we do Control-C, and we run that. Right, so now we have an additional point down here, which is exactly what I expected, except I wanted a bunch of additional points. So now my question is, why can't we add all those additional points? Let me just, I don't know, mess around a bit. So we're going to do world add layer point here. Okay, and we're going to just do D2D and paste up here, I guess. And we're going to write that, and let's try g++/Sierpinski. And let's see if the issue was simply that we didn't have... Oh! Yeah, we have 2 points now. Wonderful. Okay, so let's keep going then. Let's do the level here is going to be equal to... let's do level equals 2. And I'm actually going to run that. g++/Sierpinski. And let's see what that does. Boom! Look at that. It's fine. I mean, it's not that great. It's fine. Okay, so my question is, why do we only have the lower left-hand triangle being generated? That I'm not sure, so we're gonna have to look into that next. That's perfectly fine. You know what doesn't run? Arch. Not to be confused with James's Arch, because that seems to be running fine at the moment. We're just waiting for Arch to run. Let's see. Yeah, we have 2 points now. The joys of being a programmer. My programming right now is limited to random 60-line scripts that parse some files and output plots. So let me just... Okay, I work on this project now called Klima. It's a wonderful project. Honestly, it is the best project using Trump notation. Actually, wait, I shouldn't have said that. It is actually a wonderful project. Let me tell you what I've been struggling with for a bit. For the past week, I've been struggling almost entirely with CI and only CI. Because there's a bug that only appears on CI. So I've been trying to get this merged for a while. I just did Boars R+. Boars did something. I don't know. It's doing something. But let me just... Here's for example, the Slurm CI, you know? There's an error with this, you know? You go down to the error with that. And the error comes in. 1 second. Where does it even come in? Basically, my entire life has just been looking at backtraces for the past week. Actually, maybe for the past month. I don't know, maybe for the past life. All I've been doing is looking at backtraces. And that's fine. Backtraces are, they're a thing. But I don't know. It's been hard. The past few days have been kind of hard. Okay. So when you say my programming right now is related to random 60-line scripts that parse some files and output plots, like, that still sounds more than like what my programming has been for the past few weeks at least. I mean, I've been doing stream, which is, some degree of programming, but I don't know. Okay, so we're doing j equals 0, j less than 3, plus j. Let's increase the number of levels here to 3. Okay. And let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. Apply trit in here should be acting on triangle points of j, and triangle points of j should be a, b, or c. Let me just run this. Let's see what happens. So we're going to do g++ /Sierpinski. And let's just run that visualization. And we have an even worse visualization than before. Okay. I'm going to fix all the magic numbers later. I just want to get some semblance of an animation done today. And then I'll fix the magic numbers tomorrow. That'll be the whole stream tomorrow is just fixing magic numbers. Because that's, I don't know, that's how it goes. I shouldn't have put magic numbers in there to begin with. But I don't know. This stream is too clever for me, Bible Thump. Oh boy, you haven't seen us at our worst. There are streams where, like, there were streams in the past at least, where I'd be in the middle of doing something and just, I would have no idea what I'm doing. And the people in chat would just, it'd be like pair programming, but it's more like I'm the junior developer and I've got like a group of senior developers, like 10 senior developers, all telling me what to do at the same time. It gets intense for me. For everyone else, they just laugh at my misfortune. My programming right now is limited to almost nothing because I apparently played games for over 100 hours in the last 2 weeks. Oh, what games? I've been playing a lot of Ring Fit, and I've been playing Animal Crossing for my girlfriend, and I've been playing very little of anything, honestly, because I really have a lot of work to get done. But hey, that's how it goes. Okay, so how does this work? We have location, apply trit to a value string, triangle points of j, and then triangle points. Okay, then we have location is equal to that. So this should generate a point every iteration, a new point every iteration, and that new point should be make shared ellipse of the location. Oh, this should be working for everything. Why is this not working? Let's change the level back. No, we'll leave level at 3. It doesn't matter. This is so quick to run. Triangle point, those are the correct triangle points. Let's use the definition of insanity to our advantage and run it one more time. And right, we just have a bunch of points down there in the lower left-hand corner. If I change the level to 2, what does this do? Okay. Interesting. Maybe this has something to do with the number of points we're allowed to add to a world at some point in time. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to create a vector of points, and we'll just see what happens, right? So what do we have to do here? So we're going to say auto point is equal to that, and we're going to say std, actually, I can probably do std make, what is it? It should be shared pointer. Ellipse. Should be that. And we'll just call it points, plural. And this is going to be of size 3 raised to level. This is horribly memory. This is just really bad on memory. But something like this is what I'm looking for. And let me just dd here. And we are going to put it down here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to say, oh boy, no, I have to do 3 times that, don't I? We're going to do 3 times this, I think is what I'm looking for. And then in here, I'm not going to add the object there. I'm going to add it later. Again, this is very bad for memory. So actually, let me just leave this where it was. And let me just say point is equal to that. And we're going to say points of, and what am I looking for here? It should be j. This is actually kind of complicated. It should be something plus j is what I'm looking for. So I think it's going to be I times 3 raised to level plus j. That's my guess. Is going to be equal to point. We're going to comment that out, and then we're going to have a for loop in here. And we're going to say for int I equals 0, I less than this, then plus I. Pop down here, and we're just going to add all these guys to the world, similar to this guy. Okay, and it should just be points of I. If this compiles, it'll be a miracle. Nice. Let me see, what do we have here? My mostly Counter-Strike, some DCS World. What is DCS World? GTFO is a bit of Valorant. Oh, my GTFO, that game is difficult. It took us like 10 hours to get past the second level. Oh boy, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and I'm very happy to hear that. Oh, that's because I am an idiot. Digital Combat Simulator is a flight sim. Oh, cool. Clear, clear, clear. It doesn't like 3 times POW 3 level. Do I have to cast that onto an integer? How do I cast a floating point onto an integer? Yeah, okay, so how do I do double to int? Double to int C++. Floating point, how to round double. Oh, I could just do floor. Let's just do floor. Right, this'll do, I think. Probably should do seal instead, but whatever. All right, getting there. That didn't work. Error, conversion from double to long unsigned int in a converted constant expression. Oh, because level... No, they should all be constant. Because level is a constant. What happens if I just put 2 in here? No, that didn't work. Level's not a constant. I was bad at scoping. Sorry about that. Size of array points has non-integral double. That's not. This isn't a double. Does floor? Bah. Oh, so if I just do int. So if I do int. Bam! Look at that, Sierpinski. Wow, segmentation fault. Kind of exactly what I was expecting. GTFO is a game that you play in a party of 4 friends. You sneak through an abandoned, dark, monster-infested underground research complex for 2 hours, then one of you messes up just slightly and you're all practically dead. Actually, quite frankly, that was one of my, like, those type of team experiences are actually quite a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope you guys are having fun with it. Okay, so what does this mean? I times 3 plus 3 raised to level plus j. Is this even... I think this is where it's breaking. So we'll have I. What if we just do I times 3 plus j? G++. /Sierpinski. Segmentation fault. Right. I know it's in this line. I'm like 100% sure it's in this line. Oh, maybe not. Well, it's either in this line or the line where we add objects here. G++ /Sierpinski. So this shouldn't segfault, and it does not. So now the question is it this line? Okay, so that line definitely broke as well. Shouldn't that be a combo between 3 and level for POW function? That is a comma. Sorry, it might just not look right. It might not look right on your screen, but that's definitely a comma. Sorry about that. Thanks for that, by the way. It is a lot of fun, but dang, it's hard. There's no difficulty selection either. You either beat it or you don't. Right. I think that was actually one of my favorite things about Guild Wars. It was actually incredibly difficult to do right. And you get 40 to 50 minutes into a mission, and then you would just wipe, and then you have to do the whole thing over again. And there was some fun to that, although it was incredibly stressful at times too, Okay, so what then is the issue? The issue is that points of I times 3 plus j seems to be grabbing elements that don't exist. Okay, fine, fair enough. I times 3 plus j. So we'll do, let me just do this. This should, without a doubt, run. Perfect. Okay, so that worked. Now we're going to do I plus j. And the reason this might not work is because I is less than pow of 3 raised to level. I might just be off by 1. Because I think I times 3 plus j should be correct. Unless, yeah, but this is going to break. G++ dash, yeah, so that breaks. I times 3 plus j. What if I change the value of level? No, level's only 2. We should definitely have enough memory for that. Right. So world, let's see. I times 3 plus j. How does that also segfault? But I plus j shouldn't segfault. G++. /Sierpinski. Yeah, that doesn't segfault. So we could have points of I. Let's see. So essentially what I did here is I allocated an array of size 3 times power of 3 raised to level. So 3 raised to level is going to be 9 times 3 is going to be 27, right? Okay. So now we have a for loop. Let me just output stdc out. And we're just going to output 3 times I plus j new line. G++, that's like Sierpinski, and it goes up to 80. What? Why does it go up to, oh, because my level changes. Okay. Why do I add to my level here? If I is equal to diff, I see. I did this dumb. Okay, I understand now. I need a... This is going to be called int level, and then I'm going to have a temp level. This is really bad, but it is what it is. Power to level, and then the level here is going to be temp level. Yeah, it's really messy. Sorry about that. So this should now be 3 times I. G++ /Sierpinski. Okay, that goes up to 27. That's what I expected. DD. And so now if I run this... Oh, but I haven't added the objects yet. So now we're going to do G++ / Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. I'm sorry about that, guys. This should run, and if we run that, we should have... Where are all of our points? Interesting. So we only have the bottom triangle being generated here. I thought that would definitely work. I thought the issue was that we just couldn't hold that many objects in one like identifier, which was points, or one identifier called point. But no, it seems like. I mean, let me try this again. Change the level here to 4, and we're just gonna run that. G++ /Sierpinski. And then we're going to run MPV. Right. We just have an incredibly small triangle down there in the corner. So we're only keeping, for some reason, Maybe it's because we're using a shared. Maybe that's it. Maybe because we're using shared, that's the issue. So let me just say, instead of point here, we're going to say, let me just yank, paste. Actually, I'm going to keep this line in case we need it later. And then I'm just going to do $, and I'm going to paste it here. That was a messy paste. Let's try that one again. Just for clarity's sake, I'm going to move this down here. Now, I don't know what that's doing. Oh, now I do. Let's try that. G++ /Sierpinski. And what does this look like? Nope, we still have the very small triangle. So for some reason, our points are all the same. Oh gosh, I have no idea what this could be. I feel like this is going to be some stupid thing that I'm going to look at in 10 years, and I'm going to be like, wow, what an idiot. Didn't even understand how to use pointer logic, or something like that. So apply trait. It should be giving us new locations. The anticipation to see more points is killing me. I'm sorry about that. I think maybe what I did, nope. So our applied trait value will go through each of the traits in the string. We checked it. It works with. All of these work. It all works as anticipated. If you want to see more points, I can show you this. 1 second. There we go. There's more points. Wow, our visualization is working, guys. Perfect. And this is a different visualization. But, I mean, while I'm debugging, might as well have that on screen. Also, let me get some water. There it is. Hagbar, do you play D&D? A friend of mine came around and was asking me how to roll a D&D character, but I've never played D&D before, except for like once via play-by-post. And so I had no idea how to advise her. She just asked me like, I want to play like a drow warlock or something like that, and I was like, I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation, and I'm really bad at that. Okay, so location is going to be applied trait here. I'm going to output all the different locations. Let's do std cout loc.x tab loc.y. Oh. New line. And we're just going to run g++ /Sierpinski. Yeah, it looks like all the locations are identical, which is not what I was expecting. So let's also output the trait string. So here we're going to output the value string. And a new tab. Oh, yep. Let's do g++ /Sierpinski. Oh, well, they're all zeros. That was not what I was expecting at all. Okay. Well, that would be why. I now understand. Are we never incrementing? Oh, no, we're never incrementing. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's what I am. Okay, so where's... we need to increment. I'm going to go on to github.com really quick because I did save this on that website. I don't know why. That was such a weird way to say it. I'm going to go to github.com, like as if I've never been to github.com. Should I just stop talking? Should the rest of the stream just be a silent stream? Because at this point, I'm fundamentally incapable of speaking. I've genuinely been trying for the past like hour and a half, and it's just not coming out. Let's see. Barnsley tree. What? Sierpinski.cpp. There we go. Okay. One of these days. And I'm looking for increment value. I believe that's all I need. Just value is equal to increment value. Temp level save trait is going to be value. Okay. So let's just go down here and we're just going to say value. It's going to be equal to increment value. Okay. G++ /Sierpinski. Okay, the trit string seems to be increasing, which is great. That's what I was expecting. Now what I'm going to do is dd here. Let's comment that out in case we do actually need it, right? And then I'm going to comment these guys out down here in case, again, we do actually need them. But I don't think we do. I think we did it. I think we know exactly what we're doing for one time. This is the one moment in your life that you can say you know what you're doing. Well, okay, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, look at all those points. Not a complete Sierpinski triangle, but we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Okay. Cool. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. D. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to figure out why... Why are we missing this edge? What happened to it? The Schloss triangle? Right, the incomplete Sierpinski triangle is hitherto called the Schloss triangle. That's what this is. A failed attempt at making Sierpinski's triangle. I'm happy with that. I mean, like, you gotta own something, and if you own your failures, that's fine. Points. Reminds me of Parker Square. Wait, Parker Square? Oh, like Matt Parker? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So what do we have here? We are missing a few points, and we are missing those points because... I don't know. I honestly don't. So, we're obviously not iterating through enough of these values, so what if we do plus diff? Alright. G++. /Sierpinski. Crap, that's an infinite loop. Yep. Looks like one of your midpoint functions. Actually, no, I know for a fact what this is. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. If we write this and we run G++ /Sierpinski, it only counts up to 1120, when it should count up to 2222. So we're actually missing... There are also points... No, I don't think that's true. I think... Let's increase the level here. G++ /Sierpinski. Huh. Yeah, this is a very wonky triangle. See, Madras, thank you so much for coming in. Have a wonderful evening, or whatever time it happens to be your time. Stay there. Yep, definitely stay home. There are also points where there shouldn't be. Okay. So we have the midpoint. How could one of the midpoints be wrong? You're right that we didn't rigorously test these functions. But we did test it just briefly, and we saw that it seems to follow the appropriate... okay, let me just have this visualization up in the corner up here. Okay, so this is the current state of the art. They're glowing ever so slightly, and I've been staring at the screen for too long. Are they glowing ever so slightly? Or I've been staring at the screen for too long. I think you may have been staring at the screen for too long. I don't think they're glowing too much. Let me think about what Foldster was saying. I think you're right that there are points where there shouldn't be, but I don't understand how that could have happened. Okay. Let's try dropping the number of levels that we're dealing with here just to 1. So level here is there. Let's just try dropping this to a 1. And let's do this. So we have 111222000. Okay, that is correct. Those are all the points we should be generating. Change the level to 2. G++ /Sierpinski. Okay, let's see. What are we counting through here? We don't get all the way up to 2, which is unfortunate. So here, let's see. So we had halfway. Yeah, this is still correct. We're just missing this point down here. Some of them were blinking. Yeah. Okay. So we're missing 2 points there. We're missing 2, 1 and 2, 2. Oh, no. Actually, we're missing a few points. Yeah. Okay. I see what points we're missing. It could be an off by 1 error. Off by 1 in each level. Okay, let's just look at this looping structure, because I'm pretty sure that's where the error would be in. So we say for int I equals 0, I less than power of 3 raised to the level. Okay, so what does that mean? Is this actually the correct number of points that we need to go through? And I think actually that's the problem. I don't think it is. Journal new page before. If we do this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the next level will have 9, right? So I'm only going up to 9. So then I'm missing 4. Okay. So then, what do I need to do? I need to take into account that. So how do I count? So what I'm actually looking for here is that looks like a ship. Actually, it kind of looks like a cannon, doesn't it? Like if we put a little here, it looks like a what are those things called? What are those big cannons called that are on wheels? Freight trains? Crap, what are they called? Tank. There we go. Tank. Thank you so much. It'd have to be green as well, but you know, green. Perfect. Now that is what I call a tank. Wonderful. I couldn't remember the name to save my life. Okay. So what I need then is it's going to be 3 squared. It's going to be the sum. Okay. There's definitely... They aren't on wheels. They're on chains. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at a tank, right, like... It'd be like wheel. It's got wheels on the chain, you know, like, tank. Right. So, like, these wheels is what I was replicating. So you have those wheels up there, and then you got the top. And then it's shooting something over here. I guess I'm not really shooting anything, but, I guess if it could also just be a pot. Anyway, we're not here for you know, abstract art or anything like that. We're here for abstract functions and abstract programming and abstract failures of programming. Okay. So we have fractal Sierpinski.cpp. Why am I looking at this? I'm looking for there is an analytical equation that tells you how many tree depth number of elements in tree equation. I know there's an equation for this. I remember how many elements in a B tree, 2n, order, average number, let's see, 3 raised to the n minus 1 over 2. I think that's it. I think you're right. Just to be clear, let's try it in Julia. So we'll do Julia, and so we're going to do 3 raised to the n, which we'll say is 2. We'll do 3 minus 1 over 2. That's 13. Is that correct? We're going to have 9. That is correct. I did this the other... For Animal Crossing. How did you... Why for Animal Crossing? Okay, so it's going to be 3 raised to the n minus 1 over 2. Let's try that. G++ dot slash Sierpinski. That looks like it's not correct. Yeah, that's even worse than it was before. Each fruit drops 3 each fruit tree drops 3 fruits, which then the fruits can turn into trees on average. Oh, you're trying to figure out how many fruits you can... What are you trying to do? We're trying to make Sierpinski's triangle, but we're doing it in a dumb fashion because I want to make a specific visualization. So that's it. That's what we're doing. So 3 raised to the n minus 1 over 2. That should be 9. And that is what we get that is indeed 9. Okay. But our strings are wrong. Why are our strings wrong? Value is going to be increment value. Oh, I bet you I know the problem. Because this should be temp level. G++ /Sierpinski. Okay, 111222000. Then 01. What does this even show? Okay, that's a thing. I don't think that's the thing we wanted to make, but that's a thing. Okay, we'll keep looking at this. So we have so what are we looking at here? It's 111222000. So that's going to be, oh, we're off by 1. So if we do a -1 here, and then we do G++ /Sierpinski. We have 111222000. This should be the first group of kids. So now let's move to the second group of kids. So we'll do 3. G++ /Sierpinski. And it goes to... Oh, this is going to look wrong as well. Oh, is that right? I can't tell if this is right or not. G++ /Sierpinski. Oh, that's not the right terminal. I'm sorry. Ooh, that looks pretty. I don't know if that's correct, because like I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have things in these little dots over here, but that's the thing. How interesting. G++ /Sierpinski. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what happens. That was a lot of points. I don't know how long. This is going to take a while to render, I feel. Oh, boy. I actually don't know how. This is going to take a long time to render, isn't it? Oh, no, it's done. It's done. Wow, look at that. That's a Sierpinski triangle if I've ever seen one. I've never seen one. I've seen one. 2, right. Let's try it again. All right. Sierpinski. Finish up rendering, man. Okay, so I think that's what I wanted to see by the end of today's stream. So I'm going to do some code cleanup. How can be hard to render points? There's just a lot of points to render. So the more points you have to render, the harder it is to do the rendering. So what I did here is I passed around a point. So it only really has to render 1 point and its location changes a lot. But even then, you know, you have to do a lot. That looks not bad. Yeah, that looks not bad. I'm not going to say it looks good, because nothing I make looks good, but that does not look bad. Okay, so what am I going to do next? So the next thing I'm going to do, I don't know if I said thanks for following Red Tuft X. I think I did. Thanks for following. I don't know. I'm bad at memory and stuff. That's my music. Just keep changing my music. Wrong terminal. That's what I wanted. I'm going to put this in the upper left-hand corner. And then I'm going to clean up the code a bit. So things that we still have to do, and I'm just going to put this at the very top in a kind of to-do statement. I think that's right. What do we have to do? One is remove magic numbers. Sorry about that. 2. We've got to, what do we have to do? Finish animation of Hutchinson. And what else do we have to do? Let's see. And there was something else I had to do, but I don't remember what that is. So I'm just putting down the 2 points, and that's what we're going to do. How can it be hard to render points? Did you think more about y-square as uniform distribution? Actually, yes. I have a decent way to describe that, and that'll be the next visualization we do. And actually, let me change that to 3. square distribution. Yeah, I need to think about that one, but I need to think about that visualization we need to do, but relatively happy with today's stream. Unfortunately, I do have to end stream somewhat soon, but if there's somebody that you want to raid at the end of stream, let me know. So let's see, we have Poku doing art. Big fan of Poku. She's just a nice person. Strager, but we've raided him a few times recently. Rocket Sage, she's doing volcanoes. Again, Fret Chemist doing a gamer chair. I don't really know what that means. Tim, I feel like it's been a while since we raided Tim. Maybe we do that at the end of stream. But yeah, if there's somebody in particular you want to raid, let me know, and I'll try to make that a thing. And let's see, this is science. This is indeed science and tech. Is this Haskell? No, it's C++. What do I think about Rust? I don't really have too many opinions on Rust. Probably I should, but it hasn't really come up in scientific computing too much. So it's not something that I see very frequently. Someone in chat, I want to say it was Athol, recently said that his new advisor uses Rust to do scientific computing, which I thought was weird. But it is what it is. Can I ask you a question? Like asking for a course free. You can ask me a question. Yeah, I don't know if I can answer it. But yeah, I'm more than willing to take a question if you have it. All right, I was gonna clean up the code a bit. Maybe I need to do that next time when I do deal with the removal of random magic numbers. So let's write and quit. Let's do git add Sierpinski .cpp. And we'll do git commit -m, adding a skeleton, we'll say, for Hutchinson visualization. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. There we go. And then git push origin. Oh, try that one again. Git push origin master. Okay, so this should be up on Simuleos if you want. What language is this? This is C++. We just said that, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I've been using C++ for this. However, my main language nowadays is Julia and English. Yeah, that's true as well. So, right. Yeah. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. Also, I should probably remove that cout statement. Okay. I kind of want to... No, I think this is okay. We'll add the animation and everything. Tomorrow. That's actually going to take a significant amount of time thinking about what we need to do to make the animation turn out pretty and stuff like that. So there's some stuff to do there. I guess I can't really start the next thing right now. So I've got a few minutes. If you guys want to ask any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I don't usually leave my stream open for Q&As, but that's what we do. What did you use to display points, if you don't mind me asking? I'm using a library that we invented ourselves, known as GathVL. It was written primarily by Gathros, hence the name. I think if I just do algorithm archive, then we go to algorithm archivist, I can give you a link to that. There's obviously a lot of work that needs to be done here, but I'm relatively happy with it. So that's GathVL. I think Meowcat wanted to ask me a question, so I'll see what that question is. And then after that question, I think we'll go ahead and close stream. I saw your video. I didn't really understand it. Let's see, what do we have here? No, it's not a stupid question at all. I appreciate you. I assume this is a Tesseract video. Oh, no, it's gift wrapping. Right, actually, I am going to be writing these into the algorithm archive. That is to say, I've been trying to write them into the algorithm archive recently. Chan's algorithm, Jarvis March, and GramScan. I do definitely want to put these into the algorithm archive. They're kind of there, but nowhere near in depth as I want them to be. As in depth as I want them to be. I do have code available for these algorithms. Unfortunately, it's all kind of like visualization code. I was hoping it was an elaborate rickroll. But ultimately, what I did is I actually just Googled these guys and I just read the articles for them. So Chan's algorithm, for example. Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea what that manga was. Oh well. So yeah, I kind of just looked up Chan's algorithm along with the GramScan, which is here, and the Jarvis March, which is here. And that's what I did to learn how it was done. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to redo that video and do 3 separate videos, one just to kind of do it in more depth than before. Um, so, um, yeah, I do definitely need to do it in more. Is there a website that explains it in a basic way than Wikipedia? Not yet. That's what the algorithm archive is meant to do. But when I made that video, we didn't exactly have the algorithm archive yet. So I'm going to be making that soon, but it's not there yet. Sorry about that. And soon is, of course, a trademarked term, which means as soon as I can, but I'm super busy with other things, you know. But it's definitely one of those things I want to do. So it's on the list. So sorry I didn't give you a better answer than that. I literally just went through a whole bunch of papers on Chan's algorithm and Jarvis March and stuff like that. It's just, there's a huge wealth of information available. It's just hard to understand. And it took us probably 2 to 3 weeks, if not longer, just to go through and write up the code. And it took me some time to understand it beforehand. This is not trivial. So sorry I can't provide any better answers than that. I just didn't learn in university and I don't understand papers. Right, I'm one of those guys that also didn't learn in university, but I'm very happy to be able to learn from papers. So it's something that I enjoy doing. But yeah, I'm sorry I can't provide a better answer for you right now. But yeah, I think that's where we'll end stream for the day, guys. I'm gonna raid Tim because I feel like it's been ages since we raided Tim. And we will go from there. So let's go ahead, raid Tim, Beaudet. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it happens to be your time. And I will see you guys around next time for the next episode of Simuleos, when we get this animation even cooler than it was today. We actually got something, which I'm pretty happy with, but there's a lot left to do. Thanks guys for coming in, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.